What up, YouTube? Back at it again. We are checking out we're diving deeper into the Stellar Illusions album of ColSeth. So I did the first two. If you haven't checked them out, do so. Because I had commentary on that, so I'm trying to figure out where he's going with this album. He explains that a little bit here. But if you haven't checked that out, do that first and then come back. But otherwise, go support my guy. I will link his link down below. He does have an artist link on YouTube, but the audio is better from what he said on the BandLab version. So it's my first experience with BandLab, but it's pretty easy. Like other platforms, you hit play, you listen. Uh, it's pretty easy to do. Anyways, go support my guy. Go like, go subscribe. I've got lyrics pulled up. I haven't really read them yet, but we'll read as we go here. So the intro was it's this slower building kind of it's almost like I use the word like time capsule, but it's sort of its life experiences paying homage to those around you. So it's almost like he's showing appreciation for his wife, his child, the only way he knows how to, by way of music. So we're gonna get more into that and see what these tracks have. We're gonna do two right now. We're gonna do track 3, which is called Ways of Old, and then track 4, which is Shot at the Moon. So we'll dive into that. So love to have you as well. Please like, comment, make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. Let's go.
Center of my mind, I saw you crying there by yourself. Why are you alone? Did you know time's an illusionary barrier that doesn't exist? Step aside, I don't wanna be a bad man anymore. Pull the operator. You gotta get yourself a home soon. You're gonna be late for your wedding. Don't miss it, don't you miss the moment to change your life. I can't even watch you fall like this now. You need something to take you off your feet now. What would I be if nothing for you? Where would I never feel one for you? I know that I'm so cold, so distant, so sadistic in my ways of old.
He's using like and same with the first two tracks. It's like obviously Stellar Illusions. It's got this very cosmic feel to it. It reminds me of this is gonna be this is gonna be random as hell, but like so uh Avenged Sevenfold has these songs cosmic like that they do these visualizers, and it's like I'm just talking about visuals, not the sound of the song at all. Where it's like you're sort of flying through this tunnel of like space and time, and like nothing else really matters, but like the instrumental like kind of fits that because it sounds cosmic, if that makes any sense at all. Which it probably doesn't, because it's like we don't really know what it sounds like out in space. But there are things that like there are sounds that have sort of that carry a connotation that sort of give your brain like this sort of extra feel of space and whatnot, that just have this like just using like sounds that like have like a zap to it or a buzz to it or something that that triggers something that's like that sounds very I'll dumb it down. Basically, like the types of tracks, like if you were like if I was really high right now, like I'd be somewhere else, if that makes sense, right? Um, as far as lyrics go, I feel like this, and I'll get there in a second. Actually, let's let it play.
I'm trying, babe. I'm gonna be better for you, for me too, and for the new one, for the new one, and for the new one,
So lyrically, like I feel like this takes like it's almost like a kind of like a look yourself in the mirror type moment. I don't know. And again, I just go where my mind goes. So I think the first part of the lyrics here is almost like you're talking to yourself. And I could be wrong. It's just like step aside. I don't want to be the bad man anymore. Call the operator. You got to get yourself home soon. You're going to be late for your wedding. I think that's kind of just something that might echo in one's head, as far as like kind of like a check yourself moment of like, don't mess this up. Therefore, and then thereafter, it's a message to I would assume his his wife or his partner, in saying kind of like not just adding reassurance to her, but adding reassurance to himself. So this could be a conversation with yourself. It could be a conversation with his wife, but in adding reassurance like that, acknowledging that issues with anything that's happened in the past. We have references, and there's subtle kind of regret in some of these lyrics. Not regret, more so just like like an acknowledgement of something that you're recognizing that you might want to change. I know I'm so cold, so distant, sadistic in my ways of old. I'm trying to be better for you. It's kind of very plainly in that verse. It's almost just it's a recognition of there's things up here that that I might want to kill and that you don't like very much, but I will devote my time and my effort to working on that. It's kind of how I interpreted that, but so this is a progression from, and I feel like this album is going to be, as far as the concept goes, an entire sort of story, and I'll keep saying this like a memento for him and his family, which is really cool. But anyways, excuse me. Let's see what the Shot at the Moon has to offer.
shot down by the landslide on the moon, yeah. Shot down by the landslide on the moon, yeah. I'll never go back home again. I was shot down by the landslide on the moon. Once in a lifetime, you'll get the shot and chance to move. Bring a friend or two, you might need all your crew. And then you're cool.
That's another thing I didn't mention on the last track. Definitely pushed your vocals a little bit more on that one than the last couple, just as far as pushing range a little bit. And it seems like you're doing it on this one as well. So kind of opening up And I mentioned this on the first and second track is like, um, it's almost like covering the entirety of like your, we'll call it like your adult life with responsibilities, in an album format where, but doing it like in my head, like I picture it as like the progression of a day, like just, and I said like, track one, you slowly wake up and your eyes get going, and then track two, get some coffee in your system, and then you sort of just, you keep kind of bringing a little bit more sun in, bring the blinds up a little bit more, and then but that's more kind of done in relation to the familial element um of just, like, contemplating and reflecting on the importance of family as it is now versus like who you might have been 10, 12, 15 years ago, where none of that mattered to you, right? So anyways.
Help me, baby, 'cause I'm dying alone, and I know you ran off. Where is your telephone? Oh no, the milkman came and gave you a bone, and I better not leave me for some other man today. Shot down by the landslide on the moon.
So this is adding a little bit of element of doubt into what we're talking about. This is, there's doubting elements in kind of what he's saying, and we're talking about like shot down, landslide of the moon, right? And then we're also saying like, he's blatantly saying, I hope you don't leave me for another man. So there's, we're sort of overthinking things, and we're kind of in our own head at this point.
Shot down by the landslide on the moon, and I'll never go back home again.
And when you say something like that, I'll never go back home again. It's almost like representative of not home, more so like, I think, and I could be wrong. Again, his lyrics are cryptic, and he's got a poetic mind that that runs into the clouds. I see that more as like, I will never go back to the place I was. You could call it home, and home for everybody. There's a couple sides to that. So it's, home is where you're from. So what sort of made you? So that could be in reference here, or home is, the people and what you make of it around you, right? It's a comfort zone. It doesn't have to be a place. I think in what we're saying is, I'll never go back home again. It's more so in a moving on sense from past experiences, right?
I was shot down by the landslide on the moon. Yeah. Stereo disc jockeys playing the horse hockey. Eat 'em all up for a lunch hibachi. You can't stop me when I.
He did tell me he'd be spitting a little bit. I don't know if I was ready for it there. Man, that is an entire switch up in this song. Okay, let's drill down again. Stereo disc jockey, something about horse hockey. What do you say? Uh-huh. Okay.
Stereo disc jockeys playing the horse hockey. Eat 'em all up for a lunch hibachi. You can't stop me when I drink the sake. When I'm throwing punches, 'cause I train with Rocky. It's the Balboa. You better get to the bow, Noah. You better get to the boat with the south. So you sail the seven seas, see the shining sea. Sow the seed of centuries, the set lines free.
So I like that bar at the end, man. It's you sail the seven seas, see the shining sea, sow the seed of centuries to set the minds free. Cadence there, on point. And I like the wordplay initially. I get it. Balboa, Noah. And then you could reference that to like Noah with his boat, his ark, a boa constrictor, animals, go on the ark, etc. I get that. Lunch, hibachi, jockeys, horse, hockey, I got it. I got it. Disc puck, disc hockey. I understand. Um, we got bars. We got bars. We're rapping now. Let's go.
Shut down by the landslide on the moon.
So, um, being shot down is a rejection. So it's almost like we're this song is kind of it touches at like experiencing turmoil and pushback um and the assessment, you know, mind wise of just how what got you here, good and bad, right? So I feel like this might be a little bit of reflection, um, and and flexing some rap muscles here too. Um, but if you look at like that and the others, I still think we're storytelling, and it's basically like it's opening up this album to appreciation initially for, you know, what you have in front of you, family wise, life wise, etc. And then moving into a reflective state of recognition of kind of how you got there, good and bad, which is what you need to do. You know, that's acknowledgement. Um, so and again, I didn't write this, so I could be entirely wrong. He might come back and say, "Nah, Zach, this is actually about um, a baseball game I went to um, with my parents when I was 4, and it's about the mascot, which was a dragon at the time, that came and spilled a beer on me, and I was pretty sad about it." And I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I can see that." Um, but I'm kidding, obviously. But anyways, so we're to keep making our way through this album. That there was Ways of Old and Shot at the Moon. We got a bit to go here, but we're gonna truck along. And by the way, he if you could please leave comments down below on your thoughts. He's very welcoming to whatever you think, and that's kind of the point of doing this in supporting independent artists and whatnot. So please definitely drop some comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let him know your thoughts. He will read them. But otherwise, go support. I will link his page like I did before down below. Also, love to have your support as well. Like, comment, make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, we'll keep it moving here. We'll catch you on the next. We'll talk to you.